living with chronic musculoskeletal pain understands the sensation of a body that has become its own prison. Your mobility frays under the weight of movement, leaving you feeling like a high-tension cable that is one heavy lift away from snapping. This physical shutdown usually stems from specific clinical triggers: the persistent inflammation of arthritis, the sharp, needle-like agony of gout, or the sudden, incapacitating lower back pain known as lumbago. It goes deeper than a simple ache. When ligaments tear or joints swell to the point of visible inflammation, the mechanics of the body fail. Tasks as simple as walking to the kitchen or attempting a basic workout routine become impossible obstacles. When the pain reaches this level, the standard response is to reach for the heaviest options in the medicine cabinet. We rely on aggressive allopathic painkillers designed to override the nervous system. This creates a specific expectation that severe structural damage requires high-cost, heavy-duty medical interventions and a long, difficult path to recovery. SBL's Orthomove syrup challenges that assumption. It is a sugar-free, homeopathic formula that offers an entirely different trajectory for managing these conditions. The economic contrast is difficult to ignore. On one side, you have the debilitating reality of torn ligaments and arthritis. On the other, a treatment that costs only 75 rupees. For those accustomed to expensive pharmaceutical solutions, this price tag creates immediate doubt. It seems unlikely that a liquid this affordable could address significant structural damage in the body. This sets up a direct conflict between our reliance on high-cost modern science and the claims of an ultra-cheap homeopathic alternative. Testing this syrup requires a strict protocol: 5 milliliters taken 3 times daily, morning, afternoon, and night. Looking at the formula, it uses an alcohol base. This alcohol serves as a delivery vehicle, quickly carrying active compounds into the system. On the first and second days of this protocol, nothing happens. The pain remains constant, and there is no measurable physical relief. By day 3, the skepticism often feels entirely justified. The inflammation hasn't budged, and the joints feel as stiff as they did before the first dose. This 3-day window is where most people give up on alternative treatments. It highlights how difficult it is to trust a process that doesn't provide the instant, numbing effect of a standard pill. Everything changes on the 4th day. This is the point where the cumulative effect of the medicine finally becomes apparent. The shift is immediate. The stubborn stiffness in the joints begins to lift, and the sharp pain that made movement difficult starts to evaporate. The recovery reaches the structural level. Weakened muscles and previously strained tendons show signs of restored strength and flexibility. This transition allows for a return to a normal lifestyle. You move from being physically restricted to being able to handle a full day of work or a focused exercise session. The 3-day delay suggests that the remedy wasn't failing, but was instead building up a biological response. It focuses on repairing the underlying mechanics, rather than just masking the sensation of pain. In this specific instance, the result was a return to normal mobility, achieved without any reported chemical side effects. The treatment is also highly accessible. It doesn't require a doctor's prescription, and is widely available through various online retailers. However, there is a practical concern regarding how the medicine is packaged. The syrup comes in a fragile glass bottle. It can shatter easily if mishandled, so it needs to be stored securely and kept well out of the reach of children. The primary hazard to consider here is the physical fragility of the glass container itself. Given its low price and high accessibility, the 75 rupee syrup is a practical option to share with friends or family members who are struggling with joint pain. The journey from deep skepticism to a positive result suggests that our initial doubts about alternative medicine are not always supported by the outcome. Sometimes a simple, low-cost intervention is exactly what the body needs to restore its natural function.